Title: The Desolate Ride. Riding a motorbike alone at night always gave me a sense of freedom and exhilaration. The wind whipping against my face, the open road stretching out before me, it was a momentary escape from the confines of the world. But one fateful night, that sense of freedom would be transformed into a terrifying battle for survival. I found myself on a desolate stretch of highway, far from the city lights. The moon hung high in the sky, casting an eerie glow upon the road ahead. Shadows danced in the corners of my vision, playing tricks on my mind as I revved the engine. As I cruised along the empty road, a foreboding silence settled in. The night air felt heavy, as if it held a secret I was not meant to know. The road snaked through a dense forest, the towering trees casting long, ominous shadows that seemed to reach out towards me. A feeling of unease crept over me, but I brushed it off as mere nerves. I accelerated, seeking solace in the thrill of the ride, but as the road stretched on, a thick fog materialized, swallowing the path ahead. Panic gripped me as visibility rapidly diminished, reducing the world to a claustrophobic haze. With every passing moment, the fog thickened, obscuring any landmarks or signs of civilization. I could only rely on my instincts to navigate the treacherous path. The sound of the engine echoed through the mist, a lone beacon of sound in the vast emptiness. Suddenly, a flicker of movement caught my attention, a figure at the side of the road. My heart skipped a beat as I slowed down, trying to make sense of what I was seeing. It was a woman, her silhouette barely discernible through the fog. She waved frantically, her gestures desperate and urgent. Driven by a mix of concern and curiosity, I pulled over, bringing the bike to a halt. The woman approached, her features obscured by the murky mist. Her voice trembled as she spoke, her words barely audible above the howling wind. "Please," she pleaded, her voice filled with desperation. "I need help. My car broke down and I'm stranded here. Can you give me a ride to the nearest town?" Something about her plea seemed off, a nagging sense of danger tugging at the back of my mind. But compassion overwhelmed my instincts, and I agreed to help. She climbed onto the back of the bike, and we sped off into the foggy abyss. As we ventured deeper into the night, unease settled in my gut. The woman's grip tightened around me, her hold becoming uncomfortably tight. Her body seemed rigid, as if she was restraining some unknown force within her. I tried to focus on the road, to drown out the nagging sense of unease, but the atmosphere grew heavy, suffocating, as if an unseen malevolence lurked just beyond the veil of fog. I could hear whispers, a chorus of sinister voices that echoed through the night, growing louder with each passing moment. Fear clawed at my chest as I realized the truth. The woman behind me was not what she seemed. She had lured me into her trap, using my compassion as a gateway to something dark and sinister. I was now at the mercy of forces beyond my comprehension. As the whispers intensified, the bike veered off the road, careening into a forest. Panic surged through me as branches scraped against my body, leaving painful welts in their wake. I fought to maintain control, desperately seeking an escape from this nightmare. Finally, the bike came to a halt, skidding to a stop amidst the trees. The woman released her grip, her body convulsing with an otherworldly energy. Her eyes glowed with a malevolent fire, her lips curling into a twisted smile. "You fell into my trap," she hissed, her voice a chilling melody. "You're mine now, forever trapped in this realm of darkness." Terror seized me as I realized the gravity of my situation. I was trapped in a nightmare, at the mercy of a creature that defied the laws of reality. The whispers grew louder, filling my ears with a cacophony of torment. With every ounce of strength left in me, I fought against the darkness. I summoned the courage to break free from the woman's grip and ran through the dense forest, guided by the flickering moonlight. Hours turned into an eternity as I stumbled through the labyrinth of trees, the whispers chasing me with every step. But just when I thought all hope was lost, I emerged from the forest, gasping for breath, my body covered in scratches and bruises. I never rode a motorbike alone at night again. The memory of that fateful ride would forever haunt me, a chilling reminder of the dangers that lurk in the shadows. I learned the hard way that sometimes the freedom we seek can lead us straight into the clutches of darkness.
Title: The Motorbike Apparition. The rumble of my motorbike reverberated through my body as I tore through the winding roads on a moonless night. Word had spread among motorcycling enthusiasts about a mysterious app called Rider's Paradise. It promised to guide riders to hidden and thrilling routes, elevating their biking experiences to new heights. Intrigued, I downloaded the app, eager to explore uncharted territory. As I rode deeper into the night, a sense of anticipation filled the air. The app's interface glowed on my phone, displaying a pulsating map guiding me to a route I had never traversed before. Following its directions, I found myself on a desolate road flanked by thick forests. The night air grew colder as the road led me deeper into unfamiliar territory. The trees loomed over me like ancient sentinels, their branches whispering secrets in the wind. Unease crept over me, but curiosity drove me forward. A flicker of movement caught my attention in the rearview mirror. Startled, I turned to look, but there was nothing there. I shrugged it off as a trick of the imagination, dismissing it as a byproduct of the eerie ambiance that surrounded me. The app directed me down a narrow path, barely visible under the cover of darkness. I followed its instructions diligently, relying on its promises of adventure. But as I traveled deeper, the road became increasingly treacherous, snaking through dense undergrowth and steep inclines. That's when I noticed it. A figure, ethereal and pale, riding alongside me. My heart skipped a beat as I watched in disbelief. The figure's face was obscured by a swirling mist, and its eyes glowed with an otherworldly light. A chill ran down my spine, and I accelerated, hoping to leave it behind. But no matter how fast I rode, the apparition matched my pace effortlessly. Its presence felt oppressive, suffocating me with an unseen weight. Panic surged through me as I realized I couldn't escape this ghostly companion. The mist surrounding the figure thickened, consuming the road ahead. The app's map flickered on my phone, glitching as if struggling to navigate through the spectral presence. It became clear that the app had led me into a trap, a nightmarish realm beyond my comprehension. With a surge of adrenaline, I made a desperate decision. I swerved off the road, abandoning the app's guidance, and veered onto an alternate path. My mind raced, searching for a way to break free from the clutches of the apparition that continued to haunt me. The forest closed in around me, the trees clawing at my body as if trying to keep me captive. The specter persisted, riding beside me with an ethereal grace. Its form shimmered in the moonlight, a twisted reflection of what once was. Desperation consumed me, and I screamed into the night, a primal cry of defiance against this supernatural force. But my cries were swallowed by the darkness, lost in a realm where the living and the dead converged. The road stretched endlessly before me, leading me further into this haunted domain. Fear consumed me, but I refused to give in to despair. I had to find a way out to break free from this nightmarish loop. Suddenly, a glimmer of hope appeared, a faint glow in the distance. It beckoned me like a lighthouse in a storm, promising sanctuary from the encroaching darkness. With renewed determination, I raced towards the light, desperate to escape the clutches of the apparition. As I reached the source of the light, I found myself standing at the entrance of an abandoned cemetery. The air hung heavy with the scent of decay, and tombstones stood like silent sentinels in the moonlight. I realized that the apparition had led me to its final resting place. Summoning all my courage, I dismounted my bike and approached a weathered gravestone. The mist coalesced around me, taking shape, and the figure before me materialized, a restless soul trapped between the worlds. With a trembling voice I spoke, "Release me from this torment. Let me go." The apparition's eyes softened, a flicker of recognition and understanding crossing its spectral face. It nodded as if granting my request, and the mist dissipated, leaving me alone in the cemetery. I climbed back onto my motorbike, my body trembling from the ordeal. The app had lured me into a realm of the supernatural, a domain where the living and the dead intertwined. As I rode away from that haunted place, I vowed to never trust such promises of adventure again. But as the road stretched out before me, I couldn't shake off the feeling that the specter still lingered, watching from the shadows, a reminder of the price I had paid for my curiosity. The memory of that night would forever haunt my rides, a chilling reminder.
Click the subscribe button and bell icon for more nightmare-inducing stories.